24 hours, one mobile app, $10,000 at launch. I'm going to walk you through exactly how it happened. The idea, the build, the launch strategy, and what made people pay for it immediately.
This is not a story about luck. This is a documented build. Every decision is explained, every tool is named, every mistake is included. By the end of this video, you have a repeatable blueprint.
The idea did not come from a brainstorm. It came from a problem I personally had. I was spending 40 minutes every day organizing my tasks across 3 different apps. I needed one place. Nothing on the market did exactly what I needed.
That is the first lesson. The best app ideas come from problems you live with daily, not from market research reports. If you have a problem and you cannot find a perfect solution, there is a market for your version of the solution.
I validated the idea in 2 hours before writing a single line of code. I posted in 3 communities describing the problem, not the app. I asked, "How do you handle this?" 47 people responded. 31 said they had the exact same problem. Validated.
The build stack. I used 4 tools to go from idea to shipped app in 24 hours. Claude for planning and code generation, Cursor as the AI-powered code editor, React Native for the cross-platform mobile framework, and Expo Go for instant testing on a real device.
Why React Native? One codebase runs on both iOS and Android. I did not have 24 hours to build 2 separate apps. React Native meant I built once and shipped to both platforms simultaneously. That decision alone cut my build time in half.
Why? Cursor. Cursor is an AI-powered code editor that understands your entire project. I described what I wanted to build in plain language. Cursor wrote the code, explained every decision, and caught bugs before they became problems. It is not just autocomplete. It thinks about your project.
Hours 0 to 4. Planning. I opened Claude and described the app in 1 paragraph. Claude produced the full technical specification, the screens, the data model, the user flows, and the component list. 40 minutes of planning replaced what would normally take days.
Hours 4 to 8. The core screens: home screen, task input, task list, and settings. I built each one in Cursor with Claude generating the component code on demand. Each screen took 30 to 60 minutes depending on complexity. No screen required me to write code from scratch.
Hours 8 to 12. The logic layer. This is where most first-time app builders get stuck. State management, data persistence, notifications. I described each requirement to Claude. Claude produced working code. Cursor integrated it. I tested on my phone in real time with Expo Go.
Hours 12 to 16. Testing and fixing. I ran the app on 3 devices: iPhone, Android, and a tablet. 17 bugs. Every single one fixed by describing the bug to Claude and implementing the solution in Cursor. Average fix time, 4 minutes per bug.
Hours 16 to 20. The monetization layer. I added a paywall using RevenueCat, the industry standard for mobile subscription and one-time purchase management. I set up 2 tiers, a free version with core features and a pro version at $9.99 with the full feature set.
Hours 20 to 24. App Store and Google Play submission. Screenshots, descriptions, metadata. I used Claude to write every piece of copy: the app title, subtitle, description, and keyword field. Submitted both stores, waited for review.
The launch strategy. I did not wait for the App Store to promote me. I launched to the same communities where I had validated the idea 3 weeks earlier. I posted a screenshot, a 30-second screen recording, and a link. No paid ads. No influencer partnerships.
The post was not a promotion, it was a solution. I wrote, "I had this problem, I built this. Here is what it does." The people who had told me they shared the problem were the first to buy. 31 people who said they had the same problem. 23 of them purchased within the first 2 hours.
Word of mouth did the rest. People who bought shared it in their own communities. By the end of the first day, 312 people had downloaded the app. 87 had converted to Pro. At $9.99 per conversion, That is $870 on day one.
The $10,000 did not come on day one. It came over the first 4 weeks. The App Store algorithm picked up the download velocity and started surfacing the app in search results. Organic installs compounded daily. Week 2 alone produced more revenue than the entire first week.
What made it work? Factor 1. The problem was specific, not a productivity app. A task organizer for people who use multiple apps and hate switching between them. Specific problems attract buyers who are ready to pay. Generic apps attract downloaders who never pay.
Factor 2. The validation came before the build. I knew 31 people wanted this before I wrote a single line of code. That meant the moment the app existed, there was a ready audience with credit cards already out.
Factor 3. The monetization was built in from the start. Most first-time app builders add a paywall as an afterthought. I designed the free and pro tiers before I wrote the first screen. That meant every feature decision was made with the paywall in mind.
Factor 4. The launch community was the validation community. The people I launched to were the people I had asked for feedback 3 weeks earlier. They had told me they had the problem. They felt ownership over the solution. They were not just buyers, they were invested.
The full numbers. Development time, 24 hours. Tools cost, under $100 for the month. Claude, Cursor, Expo, and RevenueCat combined. App Store fees, $99 for Apple, $25 for Google. Total investment, under $225.
Revenue breakdown. Week 1, $870. Week 2, $1,400. Week 3, $2,100. Week 4, $2,800, plus ongoing subscription renewals, total at 4 weeks, over $10,000.
What you can replicate starting this week. Step 1. Find your problem, not a business problem. A daily friction point you personally experience. The more specific, the better. Broad problems have broad competition. Specific problems have motivated buyers.
Step 2. Validate before you build. Post in 3 communities. Describe the problem. Count the responses. If fewer than 15 people say they share it, reconsider. If 20 or more confirm it, you have a market.
Step 3. Build with AI tools. Claude for planning and logic. Cursor for code generation and debugging. React Native for cross-platform. Expo for device testing. RevenueCat for monetization. You do not need to know how to code. You need to know how to describe what you want.
Step 4. Launch to your validation community first. These are warm buyers. They told you they have the problem. Your launch message is not a promotion. It is the delivery of something they already said they wanted.
What problem do you experience daily that you cannot find a perfect solution for? Drop it in the comments. That is your app idea. And if you want us to walk through the full build, Claude prompts, Cursor workflow, RevenueCat setup, tell us, and we make that the next video.
Subscribe and hit this bell. Every video on this channel is a documented build. The next one is already in motion.